because we have a wonderful guest today. Kay Sine is a gal that not only has personal experience in buying condos, but she just loves to share her know-how with anyone who's willing to listen, and she's with us today. Kay Sine, welcome to the show. What is the difference between a condominium association and a homeowners association? You brought this point out in your book, which I thought was invaluable.
Well, Donna, that's a wonderful question, and it's one that most people don't even think of. You know, the lingo can be you're buying a condo or a townhouse or a co-op, or there are many different terms for these units all across the country.
Mm-hmm.
And so the name of what you are buying is not what's important. What is important is how is that association structured? And what that means is who owns what.
Mm-hmm.
That's the important thing that you must find out. Now, in general, an individual who buys into a condo owns the living unit and a part of the common areas. The association owns no real estate. In other words, you'll pay your own taxes
mm-hmm.
when you move into a condo. Now, in a homeowners association, the individual owns his dwelling and his lot. And the homeowners association owns the common areas. In a cooperative, the individual owns stock in the corporation, and they hold a proprietary lease on their unit. The cooperative association actually owns all the real estate, including the units. So the most important thing is to find out what you own, because that will determine what you're responsible for, in both maintenance and also financially. And the declaration will give you that information.
Now, I like what you say when you talk about planned communities account for 50 to 55% of this total, condominiums 40 to 45%, and cooperatives 5 to 7% when it comes to an association-managed community. And this has become very important for many people who are maturing, and they say, gee, I don't want to be bothered with cutting the grass, I don't want to be bothered with this, that, or the other. But as you so very clearly bring out in the book, you're going to still have responsibilities, but you have to ask yourself, just like you've said, are you going to be happy with the arrangements? Some places will not allow for visitors. There will be no visitor parking, like you've brought up. If it is available, it's not going to be convenient. There's just a question maybe about security systems. There may or may not be, activities that go on. So there really is a lot of homework that someone has to do. Now, tell us the differences between a brand new unit and a resale unit.
Donna, you are raising so many great questions here and issues. That is a wonderful question. A lot of people are enamored with brand new units. There are some disadvantages to brand new. The biggest thing to watch out for if you want to buy a brand new unit is to do your research about the developer. You need to check that developer out big time. Find out if he's ever had bankruptcy. Find out developments he has built and how are they doing and what are they selling for. Go to those communities that are brand new and talk to the residents. Another thing you want to get, the budget. And you want to find out how much is in the reserve fund. When a developer builds units, he wants to sell them very quickly, so he keeps the maintenance fee low, and he doesn't normally put money aside in a reserve fund. So when that association turns over from the developer to the owners, raise the maintenance fee.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, they may get a special assessment right off the bat because there's no reserve funds.
Now, with the condominium that you and your husband moved into, you became a member of the association, and in becoming a member of the association, you were able to implement some changes. Tell us about why it's important to be a part of the association.
Well, I became a member of the board of directors, which allowed me to implement changes along with the other board members and the owners. Now, one thing I would like to mention is that when you purchase a condominium unit or a homeowner association home or a co-op, any of those forms, any unit in a community association, your purchase actually mandates your membership in that association.
All right, so if it mandates it, then you are required, whether you desire or not, you're required to be a participant on one level or another.
Correct. That's correct. And you also are mandated, you must follow the rules and the declaration and bylaws and the extra rules that have been created. You are mandated to follow those. You know, is it to consider, is it a community association is not a democracy. It's a business.
Now that is a very cold, realistic point. Mm-hmm. Because when you move into something like that, if you have not had a book like yours to read, Condo Buying and Ownership Made Simple, you might go in, be totally naive, and then all of a sudden feel like you felt that you had moved into a police state. You have people coming over and say, sorry, but you can't have those geraniums on the ledge of the entryway that you've got to your house. You go, excuse me? Who are you to tell me that I can't have my geraniums? Mm-hmm. You know, there's really an education that goes on here. And I think it makes a very, very big difference. And there are some communities that are going to be populated more with, let's say, younger families, and there's others that are going to be more towards a mature group of people. So I think your points about checking and talking to residents and finding out what's going on, talk to the people there, it really can make a difference.